Title: French lawmaker suspended after Go Back to Africa outburst in Parliament. Content: listen, comment on this story, comment, gift, article, share. In an extremely rare move, a far-right French lawmaker was suspended from Parliament on Friday for shouting "Go Back to Africa" while a black colleague was speaking about migrants. The remarks, which brought Parliament to a halt Thursday, sparked outrage over racism and drew a wave of condemnation. Are you on Telegram? Subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on Russia's war in Ukraine. Right. Carlos Martins Bailongo, a 31-year-old black lawmaker who represents a district north of Paris, was addressing the National Assembly, or lower house, speaking about migrants stranded at sea, when another member of parliament, Grégoire de Fournaise, 37, interrupted him and shouted that someone should go back to Africa. The outburst Thursday roiled the session, not least because the pronouns he and they are pronounced the same in French, making it possible that de Fournaise's comment might have been intended for his fellow lawmaker. One official's jaw dropped. Others stood up and began shouting, before the head of the assembly quickly suspended the session. Advertisement. Sticking by the long-standing anti-immigration rhetoric of his party, the National Rally, de Fournaise later said he was referring to the migrants, not his colleague. But critics deemed that no less offensive, and many saw it as an insult hurled in the legislative hall at a member of parliament. Red circle cross mark scandaleux. Alors que notre député at Bailongo Carlos pose sa question au gouvernement, un député en Louis Lance, retourne en Afrique. L'extrême droite reste chez elle toujours it, raciste et nauséabond. Une sanction à la hauteur doit être immédiatement prononcée. pic.twitter.com/0kr0il0pll Groupe Parlementaire La France Insoumise, NUPS, at FI Assembly, November 3, 2022. A teacher born in Paris, Bailongo said in a statement that de Fournaise's explanation did not justify the remark. Has racism become so mundane for that phrase to have become acceptable, he wrote. I didn't think that I would be insulted in the National Assembly today, Bailongo told reporters. They insulted me and all the people in France who have this skin color. On Friday, members of parliament approved the suspension of de Fournaise for 15 days of parliamentary debates and the withholding of half of his allowance for 2 months. It is only the second time in recent French history that such a disciplinary measure has been adopted. Advertisement. This sanction is the most severe provided for by our internal rules, said Parliamentary President Yael Braun-Pivet, calling for dignity in future debates. Lawmakers from French President Emmanuel Macron's party had been quick to condemn the incident, describing it as scandalous and pledging not to sit in the lower house unless de Fournaise received a heavy penalty. De Fournaise said Friday that he would respect the decision to suspend him. But he criticized the decision as unjust, accusing his opponents of a manipulation and reaffirming his party's stance against migrant arrivals. He told reporters that his comment about returning to Africa referred to a boat carrying 234 migrants. The aid agency that rescued them at sea is appealing to European governments to find a port for them to disembark as weather worsens. Advertisement. National Rally leader Marine Le Pen, who challenged Macron in France's election this year, defended de Fournaise, tweeting that the outrage was created by our political adversaries. Her opponents cast her party's reactions to the flare-up in Parliament this week as a testament to its xenophobic roots as she seeks to bring the far right into mainstream politics. Le Pen led her party to its best-ever performance in legislative elections in June, working to moderate her image and focusing on issues such as the rising cost of living and record inflation in Europe. Those gains, and Macron's loss of an absolute majority in Parliament, complicates his second term at a time when voters are growing more divided. Gift outline. Gift article. This article is from Washington Post, written by Ellen Francis, Rick Nowak updated November, at PMEDT published November, at AMEDT.